11:15. It's Thursday today. Is it Fred Weds? Who knows? And there is a thin. I thought it was Bro in this magazine. It's a thin version of Bro. If he was thin and handsome, that's what it would look like, man. There you go. Is that Bro? You could be a celebrity, Bro. Right, we're going out, folks. We're going out into the wilderness to try and find something to do. I didn't get very far, folks. It's just a dead end with a fence there, and it's like somebody's sort of house. I suppose that's what it goes onto the back of somebody's house. But yeah, so there we go. Just another one of these strange anomalies. Is it actually? Why isn't it called Douglas Walk and Douglas Court? It's Broughty Ferry, but it isn't really in Broughty Ferry. There you go. So windy it is today, folks. There is it, folks, at the Michelin Man. Now, I don't know if you're aware about this, folks, but this Michelin Man here at Michelin is actually free for anybody to use. You can come along here, park your car and get your tyres done. I used to think it was just only for Michelin workers or for their lorries or something, but no, he's actually free for everybody to use. And as you can see, folks, the car park is actually empty. But it's a sad thing about Michelin is that the place is actually closing. This has been a stalwart of Dundee's employment history for goodness knows. I think I'm not actually sure when the factory opened, man. But you know, it's always been there since I was here. I can remember it always been here and employing thousands of people. But Chinese imports have relegated this to not being needed now, and the place is closing, which is just absolutely heartbreaking. But the Michelin Man is probably one of the most famous logos, used to be one of the most famous logos in the world. What was his name now? Was it Giroud or something? I can't remember his name, but I'll find out. So there you go. Thank you. Am I allowed to touch him? Do I have to be 10 meters away from him or something? Is he infected with the disease as well, maybe? Oh, no, I never thought that. Man, I just drove past Tesco there. No, I didn't. I drove past Sainsbury's, the orange wing of consumerism. And I just couldn't believe it. The car park is absolutely chock-a-block with, with cars, obviously. And the queues, I mean, they're going around. I know everybody has to be 2 meters apart, but it's going massive. I thought people had to stay indoors, man. What's going on? It's like, I think people are panic buying again. And I just don't know when this is going to end, man. I don't know if I've had a rant about this before, but I was having a rant last night with Rosie, and she was going, "Oh, stop being so cynical." But as I was saying, and you know, call me cynical if you want, folks. But I reckon that, you know, within a couple of weeks we'll all be bored of this, and let's just go back to normal. If you've got the disease and you're going to pass it on, whatever, then it's just nature's way. Let's just get over and done with and get it out of the way. But and is it the government trying to control people? That's the way my brain works. Of course, if one of my family had the disease or was very seriously ill with it, I mean, Rosie wasn't very well with so she was like, so it's all been in my head kind of thing. And I was like, no, obviously not. But I don't know, man. It's a bit of a conundrum for the world and for politics in general. And is it all just being manufactured? There was that picture on Facebook. I don't know if it was an April Fool or, I mean, I don't know. Did anybody fall for an April Fool yesterday? I fell for one. I must admit, I was going, Rosie, no, they're going to ban the sale of alcohol in Scotland due to. So of course that. Oh no! And I was like, hang on, I'm an April Fool. So there was a few of those kicking around, and there was some other ones as well. Was the one but no. Anyway, sorry, I've lost the plot there. There was a picture on Facebook of a train being driven through Russia or something, and on one of the tanks at the back had COVID-19 on it, and this was like a picture from 1980 something, when the Cold War was at its height. So very, very weird indeed. And I've been watching this video by this guy, I think it's called Shy Eye. I'll write it down properly. I'll put it down here because you've got to watch this video, man. He's in this Cold War bunker in Russia. And the way he gets into it, oh my God, man, he has to go through this little sort of ventilation shaft. And the first person who actually went in there and sawed the way through must have been absolutely double bonkers, man. So they go into this Cold War bunker, and the supplies, oh my God, it's mind-boggling. You've got to watch it, man. Even if you just quickly flick through it to watch it, they're in there, and it's just, it's mental at the height of the Cold War. So, how on earth did I go into that topic? Anyway, let's see what else we can find to disrupt today and use my cynicism on. Folks, here we are at the start of the Balumbie housing estate. All these streets are named after trees, so we've got Poplar Drive, Redwood Avenue, where folks there's also Hawthorne Drive, Silver Birch Way, Chestnut Avenue, and a couple of other sort of nature or tree sort of themed names of all this kind of stuff. This is the Fithy Burn that comes all the way from up yonder and eventually runs into the Dichte and then onwards out into the deep blue yonder. So Balumbie Castle is here. That's what we're going looking for at the moment, folks. Now somebody said you can actually get into it because it's always fenced off, and I have been up here a few times, but we shall see if we can get in there. Isn't that the one of the nicest locations for a bus stop? Look at that, just right there. Very nice indeed. The daffodils haven't sprung yet, but look at that. Now, as for the history of this castle, folks, I'm actually sure when it was made or why it was even sort of made on this, you would have thought, sort of piece of land that's not really of any value in war situations. Or, I mean, I know back in the oh goodness me, in the 1600s and everything, there was plenty of military and sea action over there, but in the further inland this must have just been some sort of maybe barracks or something for troops. There we go. We'll have a, oh goodness me, there's lots of brambles here, folks, so it's just a nightmare to walk about. What's that strange noise? Crikey. I know if there's that. Look at the colours of this. Look at the colours. Remember Sooty and Sweep? Well, that's what that sounds like. Mr. Corbett. Yeah, look at the colours on these lovely flowers, man. Look at these. Isn't the wild flowers? I always find some of the colours are amazing. Now, I know it's something to do with to deter creatures from going there. It's meant to say, look, don't come anywhere near me. I'm poisonous. Yeah. Well, I think you were able to get in to the castle. Well, look, they've put corrugated iron along there now, so it's impossible to get in. Yeah, somebody mentioned to me that you could get in, but unfortunately, it's just not. I think going in there anyway, there's nothing to see. It's just brambles and fallen masonry and pot noodle. Pot noodle, goodness me. folks. So as I said, none of this would have been, all this would have just been a clear sight straight down to Broughty Ferry Castle from here, and they could signal that someone goes afoot, and the troops would be deployed. They would take all the old cannonballs, all sorts of oil, bits of stuff they would need, like lint, and what else would they use in them days? I don't know. Exocet missiles, I don't know. And just run all the way down there. To have to walking very fast down to the castle, and they could all be deployed along the front and repel the invaders. Yes, so I reckon all this was just some sort of utility base back in yon olden days. Yes, the signs, all those droppings in, that means there must be a nest or something up there. It's probably been baby crows, or I don't know, man. There's been some nice bird sounds, I must admit, in this area, especially up there. There was that tree trunk was really, that was a weird noise that was making, man. Right, we're back at the voiture. What's this place called? This one's called Elm Rise, folks. Now look, there it is. I knew it. I knew he couldn't resist himself. Look. Frankie, old devil, drawing on my car there, brilliant. So look, can you see it, folks? There we go. Look at that, Frankie. It was actually my mate up, my neighbour up the stairs, Ken Roy. He said to me, oh hang on, there's a lorry going past here, right guys? He said to me, your friend was down at your car, he had something in his hand and he was doing something to the back of the car. And I said, oh, that's my mate Frankie, he'll have done something to the car. But I couldn't see that until just then, so there it is. Look, right Frankie, you arsehole. That's it, brilliant. I'm going to keep that there, I'm not letting that go, that's staying there. I'm going to wash the car, but this bit here is going to stay forever until I sell it. No folks, my Asda bag's blowing away. My green perimeter consumerism bag. Talking of Monsieur Kent and System Skynet, do go check out his channel, folks. Fantastic stuff he's got there. But I think this belongs to his dog Alan. I found it in the car and I thought, what on earth is this? Couldn't figure out what it was until it dawned on me that he did have his dog. His mongrel was in my voiture. Anyway, right, so I'll leave that there for when we need it again. Right, just found a place called Lime Grove, and there was one called Oak Lone. Fantastic, and I think we're coming to a dead end. This seems to be some sort of cobbled, yeah right, this is a dead end. I'm not being funny or anything, but that last place I just drove up the dead end there, what's it called? I can't remember now, but it should be called 4x4 Drive, because there was nothing but 4x4, so SUVs, what do you call them? Yeah, service utility or sports utility vehicles. Loads of them in every single driveway, if not two of them in each driveway. Very nice area this, I must say, this Balumbie area. A golf course runs through it, and this here is I think it's one of the 10th, I can't remember, but a bit of a what do you call it? A bit of a connection with yesterday's video as we went to the golf course. Did I go to the golf course yesterday? No, that was the day before, wasn't it? Care Park, right? Anyway, I've played this one this is a killer of a course, this one, man. Very nice course, but it kind of comes across into two halves, and it's a right killer of a course. A killer? How can it be a killer? It's just it's a long course. A long course for us lazy people. To the 10th tee that way, right? Okay. We'll try and get to the first. Instruct, or probably instruct. No, instruct's not the right word. Hang on.